Cassie, the English teacher. Today, in Lesson 4, we are going to learn about negative past tense verbs. Let's practice a conversation from the last lesson. Hey, where were you yesterday? I have a test today, so I studied all day yesterday. You missed a fun party. I know, it looked fun. How was it? Great, I danced with Robert. Nice. Okay, our idiom of the week this week is once upon a time. Once upon a time. So the meaning of once upon a time is that it's just a way to start a story. Okay? Once upon a time, there were dragons in this land. Or maybe once upon a time, $1 bought a movie ticket and popcorn. So anytime you're talking about a story, generally from the past, you can start it with once upon a time. Okay, so let's review how we made regular past tense verbs or regular verbs past tense. So remember that we're trying to add that t at the very end of the verb to make it past tense. So if a verb ends with a consonant, you do that by adding ed. So walk becomes walked. Jump becomes jumped. Clean becomes cleaned. If a verb ends with an E already, like dance, all you do is add a D. Danced. Dance, danced. Exercise, exercised. And you can actually, the last lesson, lesson 3, if you haven't learned all of these, you can go back and study them there. I'm going through rather quickly. If a verb ends with a Y, you turn the Y to an I and add ed. So study becomes studied. Cry becomes cried. Try becomes tried. And if a verb ends with EEP, like sleep, you can change it to EPT, ept. So sleep, slept. Keep, kept. Okay, we're going to practice that from last lesson. I'm going to show you a verb, and I want you to tell me the verb in the past tense. Studied. Slept. Slept. Cried. Cried. Danced. Danced. Jumped. Jumped. Cooked. Cooked. Worked. Worked. Cleaned. Cleaned. Good. Okay, so when we're talking about the present tense, okay, we're talking about right now. When we want to make a verb negative, we add do, right? So I can say, I like cheese, but if I want to say, I do not like cheese, I need to add that do and that not. So in the present tense, we add do, not, and then the verb. Okay? So I do not like coffee. We do not dance. So in the past, we're going to do the same thing, except instead of do, we're going to use did, because did is the past tense of do. Okay, so exactly like we've already done in present tense verbs in the beginner lessons, we're going to do that with our past tense verbs here. So pronoun, did, not, and then the verb. For example, I did not clean the kitchen. She did not study. We did not work yesterday. They did not cook. The nice thing about this is that for every pronoun, it's exactly the same. Exactly. It's going to be did, not. Okay, we don't have to change. Did is did for I, you, she, he, it, we, they. Every pronoun uses did. So that makes it a little bit easier. Did not. Now, you know in English, we don't like to say all these words. We like to cram them together, right? So we have did and not are going to become didn't. Did not, didn't. 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 I know. Did not. You can say did not, but more people, especially here in America, are going to say didn't. I didn't know, right? So we're going to practice it using didn't because that's what you're going to hear more often. So I didn't clean the kitchen. So remember we had I did not clean the kitchen. I didn't clean the kitchen. She didn't study. Oops. We didn't work yesterday. They didn't cook. Okay, so again, it's the same word for all of the pronouns. Didn't, 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 didn't. So at least you don't have to change anything. Didn't. Okay, so we're going to play our game again. I'm going to show a picture. I want you to make a sentence with that verb in the negative. So I want you to use didn't. So this one, I didn't study. You didn't study. He didn't study. We didn't study. They didn't study. You didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. We didn't sleep. They didn't sleep. Cry. He didn't cry. I didn't cry. You didn't cry. She didn't cry. We didn't cry. They didn't cry. So dance. She didn't dance. I didn't dance. You didn't dance. We didn't dance. They didn't dance. Jump. We didn't jump. I didn't jump. You didn't jump. He didn't jump. She didn't jump. We didn't jump. They didn't jump. Cook. They didn't cook. I didn't cook. You didn't cook. He didn't cook. We didn't cook. They didn't cook. Work. I didn't work. You didn't work. He didn't work. We didn't work. They didn't work. Clean. You didn't clean. I didn't clean. She didn't clean. We didn't clean. They didn't clean. Okay, so here is a new conversation. So you can repeat after me. Hey, where were you on Sunday? I was sick, so I didn't go to the meeting. Oh no, are you feeling better? Yes, I slept all weekend. I didn't study for the test today, though. I didn't study either. I hope it's easy. Me too. Okay, time for dictation practice. I will say a sentence. You need to listen, write down what you hear, and then check. Ready? We didn't like it. 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 He didn't study. 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 I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. She didn't exercise. 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 Last week you didn't work. 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 They didn't cook soup. 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 She didn't go home. She didn't go home. She didn't go home. She didn't go home. Were you a teacher? 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 They didn't clean. 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 Good job. That's our lesson for today. Please remember to like, subscribe, write any questions you have in the comments, or if there's a video you want to learn about, put it in the comments. Thank you so much. Keep working. English is difficult, but you're doing a wonderful job. Bye.